Good evening, and this is my updated project for the DLL. Uh, so instead of so Unity works a little bit differently, and instead of DLLs, we have master scripts that are universal. Um, so for this one, I actually added an input validator. This input validator is like a universal controller um, that will pull in all the inputs and make sure that they are inputted correctly and they are numbers instead of strings, so um, that way the validations can run through and nothing is, it doesn't try to compare a number against a word. um, and as you can see here, there's the static. This is the transmission of data. um, this class was changed to a static class versus a mono um, uh, mono I can never, instead of a mono behavior. So this is like Unity's version of a DLL. These fields here will be changed later, so that way I can add or remove more players, and um, so that will sit on. So that actually sits down here in the project versus being on an actual manager. Now I tried to refactor and change the number compare script, but things weren't quite working as they needed to be. So I changed it over to a script called mathing, um, and the mathing script has been up. So I use a lot of the same objects. We get the TMP reference, the Unity engine, um, and so this here you can see we have the top value, and then these are players 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to add a serialized field so that way these can be added or removed. You can add players or remove players as needed within the actual app environment. So there'll be like a settings window that will have how many players. It'll be like, oh, how many players are going to play, and we'll change these objects down here to reference that. Um, Now, when things start, it resets all the numbers in the checks, so we have that there. When we run the compare top number, um, it's going to reset everything, and then it puts all the numbers in. This is where all the logic is run and referenced within the fields. Um, this is going to be a check, be like, hey, if not all all fields are filled. So um, if let's say we've only got 2 or 3 of the fields filled, it'll be like, hey, we're still waiting for some to be filled, um, and that's just for me to run on the console. Um, then here's the actual input validation. So this is just a compacted more uh, better better version of the code, because we have this initially that's kind of a mess that where we would have to add number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, da 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 da, whatever, and then put these on each one. Whereas this one now runs on a single script in the game manager, so that way you can just drop things in, and you can see it uses arrays to check everything here. And again, this is is it field, are the field, here's where that bool about them all being filled or not, this checks to make sure that all fields are filled. And then um, when resetting everything, this just tells it, hey, we need to reset all the objects within it. So if I were to go through and take one of the numbers out, it'll be like nope, and it'll remove everything. um, so here is the new game manager. This has got, as you can see, it's got a field. This can be changed. Or filled as needed for adding or removing more players. Same thing with this up here. I need to serialize this field here to add more people. Um, so as you can see, this runs very well. Runs the same. Again, so let's say we'll put in 30 up here. You know, as you, nothing's happening down here yet. So you know, let's do 24, and you know we'll go a little bit higher. We'll go really low, and we'll go really high here. And then when I hit enter, it's like, okay, well this is 30, this is less, so it failed. This is more, so it passed. This is less, so it failed. This is less, so now if I go and remove this, and oops, oops, let's see, shoot, okay, so yeah, so we have this here, and you know, let's say I take out this number here, it clears all the fields, because not all the fields are filled. So as you can see, it works really well. It's definitely a lot smoother and a lot cleaner than it was before. The logic definitely worked out, is working and getting better. So it's just a matter of time before I get this thing finished up real nicely. I need to figure out the scaling issue, because as I move things, as you can see in the menu and whatnot, things are not they're not lined up like they were before. So I need to figure out why, what's going on here and why this keeps doing it. It's a scaling thing with the UI stuff, but it's work in progress. I'll get it figured out, but this will be enough for my DLL upload. So all right, thank you.